Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm a career and leadership coach, and that translates for me into I help people with a job search. I help people with hiring more effectively, managing and leading, being more effective in the workplace as well. And the question for today is, how do recruiters screen candidates? Wow. And I can't speak for recruiters in general. I'll just speak for myself from when I still did recruiting, which, by the way, I did for more than 40 years, filled more than 1,200 full-time positions plus consulting assignments over the course of that period of time. And when I would do it, let's work with the assumption I received a resume from you. You applied for a specific job. So the first thing I'm doing is depending upon when in my career this was, there's a header. So I'm trying to confirm the geography because let's say you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, this job's in New York, my client won't relocate. That's a quick delete. Next thing becomes, if you don't have the city, state, zip code there, I'm looking at the area code of your phone number, trying to see if it's in proximity to my client. If it doesn't look that way, well, I know I've got to message you to clarify that because I'm not necessarily going to call you and go through the back and forth of trying to connect with you. I would basically try and find out by email whether or not you were within proximity. If you weren't, and my client was prepared to relocate, that's fine, but most of them weren't. Then from there, I'm looking at skills. Skills very simply are what the client has an expectation of. Do you have the terminology in your resume or something fairly close that indicates that your background might be appropriate? I have to say might, because even though my job requirements that I posted online might have indicated in a lot of detail what my client was looking for, well, most of you chose to ignore it. I remember my first podcast for Job Search Radio, it started off asking a question of my guest. Monday mornings, I walk into over 200 responses over a weekend. How many do you think might vaguely fit the requirement? And the answer was 2. And that vaguely fit the requirement. So I'm looking for things, particularly over the last few years, that demonstrate fit. I know the client well enough so I know whether or not that degree requirement is a requirement or preferred. For most of them, it was a requirement, no degree, no interest. From there, in the conversation I have with you, assuming that you get that far, what I'm trying to do is confirm what's on your resume, get a sense of your oral communication, because for some clients that was more important than with other firms. So I want to get a sense of how you expressed yourself. I also want to, like I said, confirm the information that's there, because sometimes resumes lie. So they give the impression of a certain amount of experience, and then you discover it's only the last 2 months, client isn't going to be interested. So again, we're going a little bit deeper there. Then I'm looking for reasonableness around compensation. Now, when I was still doing search, there were not any jurisdictions where you were not able to ask about current compensation. So the first thing becomes, in those days, and I'll adapt it for now, what I would do, I would ask, how much are you earning? What are you looking for? Oh, my client is only willing to pay up to this amount. Are you okay with that? No. I want such and such. Well, they don't want to pay such and such. Why not? It's like you, they have a budget. And then for today, I would ask, so how much are you looking for? And I would make an assessment of value where I would slant it toward the job hunter rather than the client, because frankly, as much as I did primarily technology search, as much as I know about the technology, having interviewed people for so long, there are lots of nuances that I don't claim to know. So I would give the benefit of the doubt and move forward and let the client assess. Fundamentally, that was my process, getting a sense of the numbers of years of experience, because someone with 15 years of experience is going to have more demands of them, or different demands in place of someone with a 4-year background. And you as a 4-year person or a 1-year person are not going to be qualified for the more senior role with 15, 20, or 25 years of experience. Why? Because clients want more than one instance of experience with something. Like you did it for a half hour, you did it for a week, a month, a year. Well, there's things that can come up in the course of leading a group that you don't have experience with. So they want to see more. So that's roughly what my process would have been and how I would assess a candidate. I'm Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. Visit thebiggamehunter.us. There's much more there that you can watch, listen to, or read that'll help you find work more quickly. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you can always message me through my site and schedule a free discovery call with me. There's a button on the home page where you can do that. In addition, if you're watching on YouTube, in the lower right-hand corner, you'll notice that there's an icon there. Click on that, you'll subscribe to my channel. I want to see more subscribers. Please subscribe. Have a great day and take care.